With the latest title update 2 dropping for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, it of course added in a bunch of new monsters, their armor sets, their weapons, but it also came with some new DLC. One very controversial one is of course the paid for weapon DLC skins, also known as the Lost Code weapon skins. The interesting thing here is that previously weapon skins have not been a paid for thing. In past games they may have been added in as event quests or new monsters of course bringing in their own weapons, but it's not happened before where we've had to pay for a weapon skin. So in this video we're going to take a look at each of these weapon skins so that you don't have to waste your money on them. So if you do enjoy this video, definitely click like down below to show support, and of course subscribe for all the content we have planned for you guys over the next few days, as there's some really good ones in the works. Definitely do not be afraid to put your thoughts on this topic in the comments down below, because who knows, someone from Capcom might end up seeing it and your feedback may get taken into account. Another core reason we wanted to put this out there for you guys is to make it a bit of a discussion piece so that we can figure out what everyone thinks on this topic and hopefully make a change for the good. Many people online, as you may have already seen or not, have already shown their disdain for this and the fact that it could be a slippery slope into more paid for DLC, while people on the other side of the fence are arguing that this kind of paid for DLC is what essentially funds the continued support for games like Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak with the new title updates and additional event quests that are added in for free. There's definitely an argument to be had on both sides of the field, but we're here to show you guys each of the 14 weapons and to pose the question for you, is it worth it? If we think back to Monster Hunter World, we had weapons like the Wyvern Ignition Greatsword, which was a community-made weapon that was put into the game and featured some really cool visual effects on it, alongside being essentially one of the top meta weapons in Monster Hunter World at the time. The thing is, back in Monster Hunter World, this was added in for free, and all you had to do was an event quest and farm for it in order to get it. It wasn't a paid-for weapon skin. Of course though, Monster Hunter World was an entirely different dev team, and was developed for different consoles, and was also treated more or less like a live service from the beginning, so there is definitely a difference when it comes to Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak. But the question still stands, is it worth it? Essentially, these Lost Code weapon skins are available for all 14 weapons. The official description for them says, is this a legacy of a lost civilization? Get a layered weapon with never before seen transformation mechanics. As you can probably tell from the weapons themselves, as well as this unique sheathing and unsheathing transformation mechanic, there's definitely been a lot of care and effort put into these skins, which perhaps we haven't seen in some of the skins in the base game that you get by farming monsters. And we certainly haven't seen this level of skins from an event quest that's been added in for free. The cost of these weapons in the UK is about £2 each, while in the US I believe it's about $2.50. Or you can buy the entire weapon pack for 60% off, which here in the UK comes to £11.20. I see some interesting points on both sides of the fence. Essentially, what I would really love for you guys to do is put in the comments on what your thoughts are on this. Is this fair and is this okay? Is it a way to support the game and continue the longevity of it via a portion of the community buying these weapon skins? Or should these skins have been free in the first place, included within the game or given out as a free event quest? Put your thoughts in the comments down below, because maybe someone from Capcom might see it. It definitely does make you wonder if the detail and care that went into these weapon skins would be there if they were given out for free. Maybe because they have a price tag on them, they've put more work into them to make them more appealing. This certainly makes sense, but it would be nice if this kind of care, thought and effort and detail went into all of the weapons of the game, or just these simple rewards that you get for event quests and other content in the title updates. At the end of the day, this is already a thing that has released and exists, so we can't exactly get rid of it now. One point that I do think is very interesting is that Monster Hunter Rise already had layered armor DLC that you'd have to pay for. So my question is, are these weapon skins that you have to pay for that different from the layered armor skins that you had to pay for that have already existed and haven't had nearly as much complaints or controversy online? I do think the weapons themselves do look very cool, and the unique transformation effect when sheathing is kind of a nice touch, but to be honest, I could take it or leave it. When you look at the weapons themselves, they do look nice, but are they worth buying? Is the price tag worth it? To be honest, I can't really say. It's more up to the community at large. I think that it's a shame that you have to pay for these, but it's also a shame that you had to pay for the layered armor skins that were basically needed if you wanted to make your character look a certain way up till this point in the game. As a big fashion hunter, having to pay for those layered armor skins was a bit of an annoyance for me already, but I didn't see anyone complaining about it, at least vocally. When it comes down to it, for me, one of the most enjoyable things about Monster Hunter is of course hunting monsters, making their weapons and making their armor. So for me personally, the most enjoyment I get is after a successful hunt and finally crafting that weapon that's going to level up your mix set. Whereas here, you essentially have a weapon skin that you can slap onto anything, and it kind of nullifies the weapon that you're actually carrying that you farmed for yourself. So again, while I do like the look of these skins, they do look cool to me, I don't get quite as much enjoyment out of using them as I do a weapon that I essentially farmed and beat a monster for and then finally got for myself. Anyway guys, I'll leave you with the rest of the weapons so that you can check them out for yourself and decide if you think they're worth it. Do click like down below if you find this topic interesting, and of course subscribe for all the rest of the content we have planned for you guys. But for now, here's the rest of the DLC weapons.
am invincible! Let's see how you handle this!